Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Now as the update went live, quite few people noticed that there are some 7-star champions that are sure to be added soon to the game because they are already in the game files coded as 7 stars for acquisition, and we can see that by these grayed out champions. So in today's video, we are going to take a look at which champions are going to be joining the game soon as 7 stars. And I will also give you guys my theory where and how we will see those champions as 7 stars, because that is obviously the question in the air as well. So without surprise, one of the new champions, or two of the new champions, are the champions that are being released this month, Chilled and Kushala. I think that goes self-explanatory. We all knew that would happen. But there are 4 other new additions. 4 or 5? 5, I believe. 5 other new additions to this 7-star lineup, starting with Havoc. And Havoc will fit in the group with 2 others, which I'm going to show in a second. So it's Havoc, it's also Penny Parker, and it is also Ultron. So these 3 champions, I think, will be joining the game as 7 stars in the next Titan Crystal. And the reason why I think so is because, number one, it's an odd grouping of 3. They are all 3 from different classes as well. And if it would be something else, then it typically comes with a set of 6 and some sort of selector and some sort of new crystal or something like that. But last time around, well, the Titan Crystal arrived in the game. No, last time Titan Crystal got updated in the first place. The very first update Titan Crystal received in October, we also received 3 champions that kind of came out of nowhere. It was Spider-Ham, Jabari Panther, and one more. I forgot who else was it, but it was something decent. And those were champions that weren't the latest champions to arrive in the game. They weren't freshly released champions, and they were also not champions that we had, mentioned or seen before anywhere else. And all 3 of these champions kind of fit the exact same, ballpark the Spider-Ham does, the Jabari Panther does, where they are very good champions that have, their uses, that can do cool and interesting things, and lots of people value them. And they're not at the top of the class, they're not at the bottom of the class. They are kind of like in the upper half, I would say. And that is exactly why I think as soon as the Titan Crystal updates in December, I believe it'll be the 1st December, we will get, these new champions in that crystal alongside the new featured champions, so on and so forth. That will also be the time when Juggernaut, Shang-Chi, so on and so forth, join the basic crystal pool, just like the previous champions from the Titan Crystal joined the basic. So, with these champions, I must say that the upcoming Titan Crystal in December looks already much more exciting, because these 3 would be very, very, very good, quote-unquote, messes, right? Because Penny Parker does not need to be awakened to be very solid defender, very decent attacker. Same goes for Havoc. Havoc obviously is better with the dupe, but even unduped, Havoc is perfectly serviceable and perfectly playable, especially if you consider his stats at 7-star level. You consider his level 3 is going to do significant amount of damage, so on and so forth. So Havoc is obviously, if you get the 7-star Havoc, you surely can use the 7-star Havoc. And the same goes for Ultron. Ultron's Awakening is nice. It's kind of like 1/2 of Future Ant-Man's Awakening, but he has more than enough in the rest of his kit to make him perfectly viable champion to use in virtually all of the game modes. So I like the addition of all 3 of those. I like the choices, I like the picks. As many of you know, Havoc is one of my favorite mutants, and I really enjoy Ultron as well. Besides that, there's more. There's obviously the Scarlet Witch that Kabam said we are going to be getting with the Sigil, with the Valiant update. Paragon players will be also able to eventually get her. It's just going to take slower. But Scarlet Witch is just going to be the next Sigil chase item. We're all going to save whatever currency we need to save in order to get 7-star Scarlet Witch. It's just as simple as that. And whoever does get Sigil on frequent basis will eventually end up with 7-star Scarlet Witch. So this one actually is kind of like very nice and reassuring to see, because as long as you are a player that is getting the Summoner Sigil, you know that eventually you will get this champion, be that as a Paragon, be that as a Valiant player. Obviously, this will create some, large group of people who will miss out on the champion, and that will not like the way this champion is acquired. We have always had that in this game, and there's, not much you can do about it. It's just one of those champions. And then lastly, what else we see new here? We see Mastro with his full abilities and full synergies and everything else. So he doesn't have too much going on in terms of synergies, basically. But yeah, we can see all of his exact abilities here, his SIG ability, specific values. I will have to take a closer look at him once again. Obviously, we already saw the leaked abilities of this guy, but we're just going to need to figure out exactly how big of a defensive threat this guy is going to be. Because at 10 uranium, getting glancing while causing all incoming basic attacks to have 100% to glance, that was one of the worst things. I hoped it wouldn't, it would at least be some sort of 50% or something. 100% chance to glance. This is going to be rough. That's like the very first one as well. Dude, this is going to be so annoying. Well, screw you too. Okay. And I can feel like this guy's going to be a pain. And his stats, I wonder where his HP lies in. So 166k as a 7-star rank 6. And we're going to compare that to some other chunky champion that I do not have, so we can see their stats. Who else here is quite chunky that I don't have, actually? Well, Werewolf has one of the highest health balls. Dude, his health ball is going to be massive too. Oh, his health, 163k for Werewolf, and Werewolf is... One second, let's find out where is Werewolf by HP. Werewolf by Night is... Dude. Okay, where he ranks in the 6 stars. Rank 5s. Werewolf by Night has like the 7th biggest health pool in the game, and Mastro is gonna have a bigger one, so he's probably gonna have like the 6th biggest health pool in the game. Oh god. Okay, fine, whatever. Mastro is sounding more and more of a delight. Anyways, so those are the new 7 stars coming to the game. I personally think they will join the game. Well, the first 3 will join the game in December in the Titan Champion pool. Then obviously we have Scarlet Witch that we're gonna get with the tokens. We have Mastro that we already knew about as well. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about the new additions, new choices. Which of those are you looking forward the most? And I'll catch you guys soon. Bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information